Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Well, in major news developing tonight, the Ashley Youth Detention Centre is set to close. Our political reporter Meg Sides has been following the story today. Meg, there has been mounting pressure for the centre to shut for years now.
That's right, Kim, but that increased this week with questions raised about its safety during budget estimates. The Premier also met with a woman who shared her experience working at Ashley Youth Detention Centre. Now, the announcement was made in a press conference this afternoon. Peter Gutwin saying he's certain it will be closed within 3 years. Construction on 2 new purpose-built facilities in the north and south of the state said to be well underway within 2, and it's been a move that's so far been widely welcomed. The fate of the troubled Ashley Youth Detention Centre revealed.
I've made a decision. Enough is enough. We're going to change to a new model and we're going to do so within the next 3 years.
The centre said to officially shut its doors in 3 years' time.
It is time to take a more significant stride forward to build a youth justice system that takes us into the future.
What that will look like.
The construction of 2 smaller facilities, one in the north and one in the south.
Alicia raised allegations of sexual harassment while working at the centre and met with the Premier yesterday.
I did raise at our meeting yesterday quite significant concerns that I have been trying to raise for a long time now.
Those concerns about the safety of children at Ashley also front and centre during budget estimates.
Events of this week have firmed in my mind that despite the best intentions of management and staff, the centre will continue to be stigmatised and constrained in terms of the outcomes it can achieve for the young people it provides service for through the youth justice system.
It shouldn't take an estimates hearing or someone to be a whistleblower before there is action.
A report commissioned by the state government in 2016 recommended it be shut, also at the centre of historic allegations that triggered the commission of inquiry into child sexual abuse. The leader of the Greens emotional as she reacted to the news.
I just want to say to Peter Gutwin, good on you for having the courage to do this. It's the right thing to do by children and young people.
And we can't give up on them. We have to make sure they have access to therapeutic, restorative justice practices that help them come out and be contributing members of the community.
The move praised by advocates who say it should have happened a lot sooner.
It is an undergraduate school for Risdon Prison. If you're going to put people away from society, it has to be on a therapeutic basis. Otherwise, it is a waste of money.
The Mayor says he was surprised when he learnt of the decision earlier today, but he's open to the possibility of the site housing the new northern prison.
If there's a facility sitting there that is not being currently used, then I guess it should be looked at as a site going forward.
I'm sure that there will be a lot of speculation about the possibilities for that site, but that's for another day.
As for the kids at Ashley Youth Detention Centre right now,
advice is that the children in Ashley are safe. I want to be absolutely clear about that.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
Australia's historic cricket test match against Afghanistan is set to be scrapped after the Taliban confirmed it will not allow women to play the sport under its strict regime. Cricket Australia has today announced it will have no choice but to cancel the game in Hobart if it can't be equal for everyone.
The Taliban's latest act of oppression has left Tasmania's Hazara community in distress after announcing it will no longer allow Afghan women to play cricket or any other sport.
It's like insult to women's rights, insult those who are not agree with them, with the regimes or ideology.
Today, Cricket Australia confirmed if the recent reports are true, it will have no alternative but to not host Afghanistan in the proposed test match set for November in Hobart. The Premier met with Tasmania's Afghan community yesterday, labelling the Taliban's decision as outrageous. Peter Gutwin pushing for the game to be cancelled altogether.
I would hope that under the current circumstances that both the ICC and Cricket Australia would make the right decision in this case.
This was supposed to be the inaugural test match between the two nations, which was delayed last year due to COVID-19. And now fans have been left wondering if a replacement match will be held and if it will be in Hobart.
It's disappointing that we're not going to get the cricket, but we can understand what they're doing it for. There are reasons behind it, so we should support the reasons. Hopefully we'll get another game soon.
That'd be really good to see Tassie be able to do it in the future when the issue's fixed up.
The other states get their fair share, so I suppose Tasmania deserves it as well.
Afghanistan received full test status in 2017, but is the only nation to achieve the ranking without a national women's team. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
A history-making first, highly anticipated flights between Launceston and Perth will take off in November. The new Virgin route will potentially draw thousands more tourists here.
A week of uncharted territory for the Launceston airport. The first flights taking off to Adelaide. Now the news Perth will be next.
Virgin Australia have moved very, very quickly and to open up this new opportunity.
3 Virgin flights a week on the new route from November, hauling with it thousands of untapped visitors, trading Burnie for Broome and Perth for the bigger Perth.
Launceston is now linked directly to every single capital city in Australia.
Tourism bosses are thrilled, already plotting marketing campaigns for the West, selling holiday hotspots like Cradle Mountain and mountain biking at Derby.
We'll be wanting to see how we can swap out the Margaret River Shiraz for a Tamar Pinot.
It gives some confidence to an industry punished under border bans to our 2 biggest markets, New South Wales and Victoria.
It looks like spring's going to be a bit of a road ahead of us as well before we start seeing visitation back.
A road to recovery that businesses say hinges largely on vaccination rates.
And getting up to the 80-90% rates, and we will see borders open up.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
A family in Sorel has had a lucky escape after fire ripped through their home. The blaze broke out at the Fawcett Street property just before midday, quickly spreading throughout the house. Investigators have determined the blaze was caused after young children turned on the kitchen stove with cardboard boxes nearby. The home has been destroyed, but thankfully no one was injured. The blaze causing $600,000 damage. Police have charged a 38-year-old man with firearms and assault offences after an alleged shooting in Glenorchy last night. Police claim several people were shot at on Chapel Street around 8 o'clock in what's believed to be a targeted attack. The man appeared in the Hobart Magistrates Court this morning and will reappear to enter a plea later this month. Tasmania's animal welfare laws could soon be strengthened through a bill to amend the Animal Welfare Act, set to be introduced in Parliament early next year. Primary Industries Minister Guy Barnett says the amendments would give organisations like the RSPCA the power to take possession of animals sooner, where officers reasonably believe the animal to be at imminent risk. The students from Kingston High School today had a taste of what a career in hospitality and tourism looks like through a partnership between the Beacon Foundation and Federal Group.
These sorts of opportunities provide a way of expanding that understanding and really getting to know what possibility could be in the future.
The joint venture aims to recruit more young people into the sector, which has been plagued by job losses during the pandemic.
To the TSL, where Launceston is backing its premiership credentials despite the loss of imposing ruckman Cody Thorpe. The firebrand had his 2-match striking ban upheld at the tribunal, but the coach was today tight-lipped on who will replace him.
Launceston entered the final series as the frontrunners, but in the season final, that title sits with their northern rivals.
We saw that in the first final that they went the distance better than we did.
The Bombers in a staggering 8th straight grand final, looking to avenge last year's loss.
Losing last year was left a bad taste in the mouth.
While the reigning premiers are pushing for a two-peat. One big name that won't take the field on Sunday is ruckman Cody Thorpe. The tribunal last night refusing to quash his 2-match striking ban.
To put himself in that position, more than anything, is disappointing for himself.
With fellow Team of the Year star Dylan Riley sidelined with a knee injury, it's another blow for the Blues forward line, though it will likely be a direct Thorpe for Thorpe swap with brother Mitch, despite playing only a handful of games this season.
There's some decisions we do need to make, like legitimate, very, very tough conversations.
No, I'm not too concerned on our attack.
Fresh from a week off, the baby-faced Bombers enter the heavyweight clash full of confidence.
It's been a great developing year, and you put 3 or 4 more years into these guys and you're going to have a pretty sustained success.
Though they know full well the threats of their opposition.
being able to sustain your defence and keep with them for the 4 quarters is crucial, because if you have a lapse, they'll put you away.
Neither side says they'll shy away from combat. If last year's final is anything to go by, it beckons to be another bruising battle between two of the competition's fiercest rivals.
The South Launceston Bulldogs have the potential to claim a monumental NTFA clean sweep, with the club featuring in all 3 grand finals on Saturday. The Premiership Division side has dropped only 3 matches this season, but come up against Bracknell, who've mounted a surprise grand final berth from 4th position.
It's a great opportunity for us, and we're real privileged to be able to play on Saturday. So, we had to do it the hard way, but, any way to make a grand final you'll take it.
To have 3 teams as a club playing off on Saturday is something as a club we're really proud of. Now we just really want to ensure we come away with some silverware.
Both rookie coaches are in their first full seasons at the helm. It's also the first time in a decade the grand final will be played at UTAS Stadium. A 24-point haul from Jack Jumpers bound sensation Sire Deans was not enough to power the City Rockets over the line in a nail-biting Launceston basketball grand final. The 18-year-old stamped his authority early, but was matched by rival skipper Lachlan Cocker, who drained 21 points. With seconds left in the match, the Rockets missed a crucial opportunity to level the scores at 76 apiece. The South East Launceston Devils eventually running out 4-point winners.
Good evening. A cold front crossed the state today, bringing showers and gusty winds. 18 in Hobart, Launceston and Burnie 17, Devonport reaching 16. The state's top was 20 degrees on Maria Island today. Flinders Island reached 19, 18 on King and at St Helens, Ouse 17, Low Head and Grove 15, Strawn 13. An extensive cloud band crossing the state today. Further out, and a frontal cloud band extends from New Zealand to the Indian Ocean, low cloud about the Queensland coast and parts of the top end. To tomorrow, and a ridge sits to the west of Tasmania, a low and trough lie over the Bight. Coastal waters and west to southwesterly winds at 20 to 30 knots, swells up to 5 to 8 metres for the west and south, decreasing later in the day. The warnings now, and a gale warning is current from Stanley to Sandy Cape, a strong wind warning for the far northwest coast, and also for Frederick Henry, Norfolk Bay, Storm Bay and the Channel. A flood watch remains for the Huon and Derwent catchments. To Friday's weather now, and a cloudy day for Hobart 14, a shower for Huonville, Campania 13 and cloudy. Launceston 14 and partly cloudy, Devonport 13 and cloudy, Georgetown wind easing 14 the top. A cloudy day for Burnie and Wynyard tomorrow, showers on the way for Strawn 12 degrees there. Becoming cloudy in St Helens 15, Swansea 15 also, and an early shower and a windy day for Port Arthur 14 the maximum. To the 3-day forecast now, and showers for Saturday, possible thunderstorms for the west and south. Sunday, showers easing later in the day, mostly clearing from the north. And on to Monday, showers about the south and east, mainly coastal and clearing during the day. Fine elsewhere, although a cool start is expected for the north with patchy morning frost. Melbourne and Perth both 19 tomorrow, Adelaide sunny and 26, Sydney 24, Brisbane sunny and 29. And right now it's showers in Hobart 9 degrees, Launceston rain and 10, and Devonport showers and 9. And Kim, before we go, you have some exciting news for us.
I surely do, Laura. Before we go, I have the great pleasure to announce on air the birth of Matilda Louise Huber, a gorgeous baby girl for our weekend news anchor Louise and her husband Dave. Both Mum, Barb and Dad are doing well. Lou and Dave, from all of us here at work, and I'm sure on behalf of our viewers too, a very, very big congratulations. Have a great evening, everyone. Good night.